Hi everyone, I'm Maggie Weldon from maggiescrochet.com, and I'm here to introduce a bunch of patriotic designs that we've recently created. And a lot of these are, actually all of them are very easy skill, so they're great for beginners. And there's a nice little purse here with a matching hat and scarf to start with. And this is Deborah Norville's Serenity Chunky Yarn, which is available at maggiescrochet.com. And then I've taken the ruffled scarf from a video that we previously did, and I added Premier Yarn's Mary to the top of it. And this is Premier's Enchant yarn, and we just wound this around and put the button in the middle so you could use it like for a lapel or like a hair thing. And then we did some cute little coasters with cotton yarn. And then this is done with worsted weight yarn, and my daughter laughs at me because I like Ice House Bear. But anyway, and she tells me that at the local little pub that they go to, or the bar, that some of the guys are showing up with these beer cozies. So I'm just taking her word for it. So then we're going to come out with some other ones too. So this scarf is really cute, very easy to make, and that's also out of the Serenity Chunky yarn. And then this necklace I have on could not be easier. It's great for kids to do. Just for beginners, because all it is chains. So this is Starry Night from Premier, and this is Starbella, which is typically used for the ruffling scarves, but you can crochet with it, and it makes a real awesome, easy project to do. And then lastly, this is Red Heart Sachet yarn, already with all the different red, white, and blue colors, and it's like super easy ruffled scarf to make. So now I'm going to take you to a close-up, and Christina is going to show you how to make these projects. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to our channel, and the links to everything are listed below.
Hey everybody, it's Christina from maggiescrochet.com, and today I'm showing you how to make this 4th of July child's purse. This is an easy skill project. The finished purse, just the actual bag part here, ends up being about 6 by 7 inches, plus of course your fringe and then your handle. For this project I'll be using a number 5 bulky weight yarn in red, white, and blue for the body of the bag, and that'll work with a size J 10 hook. But then I've also got a number 4 worsted weight yarn for the stars, and those all work with a size I hook, just to make them a little bit tighter. So I think that's about it. Of course you'll need a yarn needle for sewing in your ends, and then whatever scissors or snippers you prefer to use. Let's get started. Begin with your red yarn. This is Deborah Norville's Serenity Chunky Weight yarn in Berry Bursts. It's got a little bit of variation to it, which I like a lot. But you're going to take that on your hook and chain 15. Once you've done that, you'll do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3. There's the 4th one right there. We'll yarn over, insert into that chain, grab a loop and pull it through, pull through 2 loops, and then pull through 2 loops. And we're just going to double crochet all the way across. Row 2 is worked the same way. We'll do a double crochet in each stitch, and at the end of each of those rows we should have 13 double crochets across, including our little turning chain here. We are going to count that as a double crochet. So I'm going to come back at the end of round 2 and show you how to continue on from there. So I'm almost at the end of row 2 now. I've got to do one more double crochet. Right now I only have 12. I've got to get up to 13. So I'm going to do that. But in my last double crochet, I want to change colors to white. So I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'll pull through 2. But instead of finishing this with the red, I'm going to pick up my white yarn. I've already tied a slip knot in it. Settle that around my hook. And that's what I'll pull through those last 2 loops. Now we're going to come back to the red, so there's no need to fasten that off. Just leave it hanging. We'll come back to that. And from here we'll start row 3 with chain 3, turn, double crocheting all the way across. So I'll continue in this manner, changing color every 2 rows up through row 16. Rows 15 and 16 will be with white. And at the end of row 16, I'm going to change to my blue color. And then I'll work 4 rows in the blue. And then at that point, I can finish off all my yarns and weave them in. So once I get all that done, I will come back and show you how to make the stars, how to make the handle for the purse, how to do the fringe, and how to put it all together. So at the end of row 20, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Now it's time to start assembling our purse. So the first thing you'll do is just fold this straight in half, matching up especially the top row and the bottom row here. I'm going to turn it this way. And then with my red yarn, same red yarn back on my hook, I'm going to join these together with a single crochet. So I've got my slip knot on my hook, insert through both thicknesses, pull a loop through, and then pull another loop through. There, now I'm joined. And what I want to do down this side is work 2 single crochets into every double crochet row. So that one counts as my first one. I want to work 1 more into this first and last row. So there's 2 for that row. Here's my second row. Make sure you keep them lined up. There's the end ones of those rows. There's 1 single crochet. And there's another. Working directly into the double crochets can be a little more tricky, but I do recommend it for this pattern. So I'm going to continue doing that all the way down this side, and then I'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. You can see this is the side where I carried all my yarn over, but once I put on this edging and bind this together, you'll never see that part. So I will come back once I've sewn up both sides. Now when you sew up the second side of your little purse here, make sure you start at the bottom, and then once you get to the top, the opening, you're going to loosely chain 60, and this is the beginning of our strap. Then come right over here to the other side that you've already sewn up, and we're just going to loosely join that with a slip stitch right into that first single crochet there. Alright, and then turning our work, go ahead and chain 1, I think that'll make it a little easier. We're going to work into this chain 1 single crochet per chain all the way across, and then at that point we can finish off the red. So again, just 1 single crochet per stitch all the way across. To make the star, you're going to use your eye hook and your number 4 worsted weight yarn. This is Deborah Norville's Serenity Baby, so it looks very similar to the other yarn I've been using for this project. It's just a little bit finer. So with that and your eye hook, start by chaining 2 and work 5 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. Now I've left a very long beginning tail here. We'll use that to sew our star onto our project. You can leave either a long beginning tail or a long ending tail. Doesn't really matter which one it is, so long as you leave one somewhere. I like to leave the beginning tail. Some people prefer to leave the end tail so it doesn't get in their way. So there's 5 single crochets. Then you'll just join to the first single crochet with a slip stitch. Just like that, so we've got a little circle there. For round 2, you'll chain 3. Slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, skip the first one there, slip stitch in the second one, single crochet in the next chain, and then slip stitch in the next single crochet of round 1. So right here. And we'll repeat that around until we have 5 points to our star. And then at that point you can finish it off, and like I said, if you didn't leave a long end at the beginning, leave a long end at the end, and then weave in whichever your shorter end is. So I'm almost finished with my little purse here. The only thing I've got to do left is finish the fringe. I've already got my stars sewn on, just with the long end that I left after making those. So to make the fringe, you'll need some 12-inch lengths of yarn. You can either just sit down with a ruler and measure these, or what I like to do is, this board is 6 inches across. It's a piece of cardboard. And if you just take your yarn, and I'll wrap it around and around and around and around, and then when I cut one end, then all my pieces are 12 inches. So that's a quick way to do it, particularly if you need a lot of fringe. There's not a whole lot for this pattern, so you could do it either way. But then you'll go into the very bottom of your little purse here. And I like to use my crochet hook for this, just makes it a little easier. Go up from behind. I'm looking at the right side here. Just go up from behind, catch your 12-inch piece of yarn in the middle, pull that through, and then pull the loose ends right through there. There you go. So one more time, I'll take my crochet hook up from the back, catch the middle of my fringe, pull it through, and then pull the loose ends through the loop I just made. There you go. If you've got any questions about this project, you may certainly ask them down in the comments below, and the link to the pattern and the materials and everything you'll need are down in the description. Thanks for watching.
And this is the third part, which we're going to do the edging round. So at the end of row 13, so what that is to just go between these two shells and go into that space right there and work a single crochet like that.